Right here, what we have hanging in front of us is what you would call a front quarter of a beef. On this front quarter, you would get the cuts such as the brisket, the shank, the chuck arm, the chuck blade from this portion down to the chuck neck, as well as rib steaks or rib roast that you choose, short ribs, dino ribs, or any other kind of style of rib cut that you need.
Go.
Here we have a hanging hind quarter. Starting from the top, we get cuts such as soup bones as well as dog bones. Moving on to here, we get the round as well as the rump over here. Down here, we have the New York strip loin. That's where you also get T-bones if you get a bone-in option. Over here is the tip roast as well as the tri-tip. Hiding on this backside, we have the flank and skirt. Underneath all that is where you also get your beef tallow or beef kidney soup.
What I'm showing you today is a half a beef after it's been broken down. This particular beef was sold into quarters by the producer. These are the two cut sheets. The one to my right is the one on the top. The one on the left is the one on the bottom. Give you a second to look at those. On this tray, we've got some tenderloin steaks, some New York steaks. We've got the flank steak, a tri-tip. We've got stew meat. We've got a rump roast. We've got some soup bones there and up there. We've got short ribs, rib steaks. We've got a brisket, a half a brisket hanging out under there. We've got some carne asada, and we've got some beef tallow. Over here on the other quarter, we've got some soup bones, the chuck roasts. We've got a brisket hiding under the tallow there. We've got some New York steaks, some tenderloin steaks, and some carne asada there. Some top sirloin and another chuck roast back there. Got some chuck steaks. We've got some dino ribs, some stew meat, sirloin tip steaks, and some rib steaks. One thing you may have noticed is that both people did request the flank steak and a rump roast. However, since this order had so many fewer cuts because they had more that they did not select, they got the rump roast and the flank steak because this one had already had so many cuts. So we made the decision to put them on this tray. And what we're going to do next is get these all scraped up, cleaned up, wrapped, and then weigh the boxes out. And then we'll move on to do their grind of their taco meat and their ground beef. And we'll use the weight of that to even out the two orders so that they weigh the same. That's the fairest way we've been able to do quarters. If you've got any advice, drop it below. All right, guys, we are back. We finished the grind and the taco meat. We've got some cuts here. We got more cuts here. Each quarter got 2 boxes of meat, each weighing about 50 pounds. This order over here was the lighter one. As you can see, it's got more ground beef and taco meat. The ground beef's kind of buried in there. But it's got more ground beef and taco meat than order A because they requested more of their cuts turned into grind. So each of these quarters got about 100 pounds of meat.
Right here on the table, you can see some of the stuff that we trim off and throw away. This is our inedible, such as excessive gristle, silver skin, fat, any sort of neck tendons, stuff that dries out during the dry aging process, small bones that are not good for dog bones because they're choking hazard for dogs, rib bones that are perfect for small dogs, any sort of joint and leg bone for a big dog, and 3 tubs from a half a beef of inedible.